Hello YouTube, this is Hunter Surge of the Brawler Cafe. So next we are talking about Aurelus. This is of course the namesake of the set. First time it's getting non-evolution ability cards. So that is very exciting. Some cool stuff in here to talk about. Before we get into this, of course, I am only talking about the cards that I find notable. This video is about anything that is good or at least decent enough that it's worth taking a look at. Basically giving you an idea of, hey, these are the cards that you should be looking out for, potentially putting into your deck, stuff like that. Any bad cards that get hyped up, that sort of stuff I will talk about in separate analysis videos that will not be part of these best of Age of Aurelus videos. With that said, let's get into things. So I'm going to start off a bit differently than normally. I'm going to start off with a hero card because to talk about a couple of the cards that come after, I kind of need to establish what this does. So is the only Aurelus hero in the set, Magnus, Living Arm of Tycho. So it's a 3-cost hero. When you play a card with Battle Mastery, you may choose both. So Battle Mastery is a keyword on Aurelus ability cards that basically lets you choose one of 2 effects to activate. And Magnus, Living Arm of Tycho allows you to use either of them. Now there aren't many Battle Mastery cards, and even less of them are good, but the ones that are good are so powerful under this effect that is worth building an archetype around it, and this will only get stronger with time as we get more Battle Mastery cards that are actually worth running. So, number 1 is Parasitic Power. This is very highly costed at 6, but it's Battle Mastery, choose one. Your opponent either discards 3 cards or you draw 3 cards. So obviously under Magnus, this is a ludicrous 5-card swing in card advantage. It costs 6 though, and it doesn't do anything to impact the battle directly. However, there's a way we can address that. But yeah, this is a very potent card that will swing any game largely into your favor. But do keep in mind that it's kind of a high-costed card. Make sure to keep that in mind. That's not coming in until pretty late. Second up, we have Hydranoid Ultra. So base form, real solid. Magnus Shield Flaming Fist, 601. Really good stuff. And then it evolves into Titan Hydranoid Ultra. So this is a big cost of 5, but it is all worth it. 1206. So you're getting a plus 600B boost from Hydranoid Ultra, which is not worth paying 5, but it's never really paid for with 5 energy. Because its Battle Mastery is, when you play this, you either give a Bakugan plus 600B or recharge 6 energy cards. So you either recharge 1 energy card, play this for free and recharge 1 energy card, so that's a 0 cost for plus 600B, or you get an additional plus 600B, which would be a 1200B boost for 5 energy, which is above the benchmarks. And with Magnus, Living Arm of Tycho, you get to do both. And in addition to that, all extra copies of Titan Hydranoid Ultra that you might have in your hand, those all become free plus 600B actions. That's what all of those become. It's fantastic. Like, just Hydranoid alone, in my opinion, is enough to build a deck around Magnus. It's fantastic. Really love this card. Really excited to build around it. Now, moving on from Battle Mastery, the other action that we want to talk about is one that is very helpful to faction combinations that don't use Aquas or Chaos. Aquas or Chaos are the 2 big powerhouses when it comes to B power boosting cards, and when you have a faction combination without them, it can be very difficult to win battles because you don't have any real powerhouse cards. Stuff like a faction combination like, say, Parasitic Aurelus becomes extremely reliant on Might of Cindius and Mac because it doesn't really have any other B power boosters that stand out. Avalanche does a lot to address that. Avalanche is 2 cost for plus 200B normally. That's obviously not worth it. But if you have played a card from 3 different factions this turn, it is plus 800B instead, which is obviously very, very, very highly above curve. Like that's like double. That's like something you would be paying 4 for normally. Very, very powerful card. Effectively lights Courage that doesn't need you to be in domination. It just needs you to combo more. Very powerful card. Going to be very useful for those decks. For flips, the only thing to really note is Fierce Charge. As I mentioned in the previous video, and I'm going to mention in basically every video, Fierce Charge is nice in combination with any of the new 1-cost Stop Aurelus and do an extra effect if you do, because it creates perfect coverage with it, and having Aurelus as a thing that you stop with your remaining flip is the best case scenario because Aurelus is the most common faction that you're going to find on an opposing team. It stops Aurelus Titan, Hydranoid Ultra, it stops Aurelus Hydranoid, it stops Aurelus Trox. All very big powerhouse Bakugan that are going to be quite common, and it's nice to have a stop to. And then everything else just gets covered by Fierce Charge. So you don't really have holes in your defense. Arose Tryno. This is one that I was pretty unimpressed by when I went over all the Bakugan Resurgence character cards. With just its character card, it's just a slightly weaker Aurelus Fangzor. It's double shield, goes up to 700B when on shield. That's going to be 1000B after accounting the actual plus 300B from the shield. And it's 5 damage, which is 2 less than Fangzor has when on a shield. But it got a fantastic Evo. Instead of Fangzor's 4 cost Evo, Tryno got a 1 cost Evo. A 1 cost Evo that pumps him up by 500B, taking him from 1000B to 1500. It only boosts his damage by 1, but when we're getting plus 500B for 1 cost, I don't think we can really ask for anything more. This evolution is fantastic. Really low cost Evos are fantastic, and this is like on par with Nature's Power in powerful turn 1 plays. It is really, really strong. Really fantastic card. Love this a lot. Next, I've mentioned it already, but Aurelus Hydranoid Ultra is an absolute powerhouse. He is the top dog as far as high B power base forms goes now. He comes with double Flaming Fist, 202, and when he's on a Flaming Fist, he gets an extra plus 1000B. After the core bonus, that's going to be 1450B, larger than anything. Still beatable, of course, and it doesn't have amazing damage, but it is an extremely threatening Bakugan that makes Flaming Fist decks a real threat, especially since it brings 2. And then its evolution is fantastic. It doesn't come out until turn 4, which is a bit too late. However, it is more than worth it. Its Flaming Fist bonus increases by a full 1000, so it's now 2450 on a Flaming Fist, which is above the benchmark. It is 4 cost for plus 1000B. In addition to that, it's gaining 6 extra damage. Absolute powerhouse of a Bakugan. Might be a bit overpowered. Don't expect it to be anything super centralizing, but it is very powerful and definitely something you should keep your eye on, or maybe install into your decks. And lastly, we have Aurelus Green Ultra. This is a Bakugan with the new underdog keyword, and it's the version that allows it to evolve. So it starts as the character card Green Ultra, Shield Fist, 206, and then it evolves for free into Hyper Green Ultra. And Hyper Green Ultra itself is able to evolve for free into Maximus Green Ultra. And Hyper has 708, which is pretty good to have turn 1. And then Maximus Green Ultra has no effects, but it's a big 1612. I like this Bakugan a lot. It's going to be a build around Bakugan in the set. It's going to form an archetype around itself, where you just get out Maximus Green for free and have this huge 1600B beater before any core bonuses, which if you just jam him on a team where you're also carrying magic shields, that could be getting as high as 2250, which is incredible. That's only 200B short of Aurelus Hydranoid Ultra, and can very easily get the rest of the way up there. 12 damage makes it a pretty good candidate for Might of Syndius as well. Just overall, a very strong Bakugan. Yeah, it's very good. Really excited for this. I've been super excited to build a deck just around Green since he got revealed, and I'll probably end up doing some more videos on him because he's really cool. It's a really cool Bakugan. Really cool build around thing. Yeah. It's not out yet, of course, so it's hard to really test it, but I'm really excited for it. It's probably one of the Bakugan I am most excited for out of this whole set. So expect to see more of that guy on the channel. With that said, thanks for watching, guys. That's going to be all the best of Age of Aurelus videos that will be coming out this week. Next week, we will be covering Darkus and Chaos, so look forward to that. And with that said, this is Hunter Surge, signing off.